Hello everyone. Thank you so much for joining me again for some more LoFi Yoga. This week's video is going to be a little bit of everything, I guess. Before we begin, find yourself a nice comfy spot. You can either grab a seat, you can lie down, you can stretch out on your yoga mat and maybe move through some of your favorite poses. A little self-guided flow. Whatever you choose, take a moment to settle in and arrive. Let your breath fall into its natural pace. Maybe you close your eyes. I went through a little bit of a difficult time earlier this week and the last week. And of course, as a spiritual person is wont to do, I tried to find the reasoning behind it. Like, what is this trying to teach me? And in my case, this particular situation was related to a person. And so, of course, I was asking myself, why is this person being a challenge right now? What is this particular friction meant to show me? And I realized that there is a contrast between how that person was dealing with the situation and how I was dealing with the situation. So, I've been through so many different challenges in my life, and a lot of them were about my housing situations. I've talked about how often I've moved, and I noticed that I had reached a point where I wasn't really panicking anymore when it was time for me to figure out my living situation. And maybe it's just because I've dealt with it so many times. It's just natural for me to just move through it and say, well, I've done it before, I'll do it again. And maybe that was part of the difference between how I was handling the situation and the other person was handling the situation. Just like they are used to getting in a place and staying in that place and not having to worry about what comes next or where they're going to go or how they're going to deal with what happens. But I noticed, I literally said out loud, I never have to worry about it, so that's why I don't worry about it. I always figure it out. It always works out. Things always end up being, just fine. And so there's no point in worrying. And then the next day, the problem solved itself. And I ended up not having to worry about it. The contrast of the other person being angry and frustrated and lashing out at everyone around them and focusing on the magnitude of the issue and just perpetually being in that victimhood state of mind, and this is something that's happening to me and I don't have any answers, I have no way out, and this is terrible. And that thought pattern and how just the way that they were reacting in that situation made me want to back away and pull back and not want to help them, because like that negative energy is repulsive. It really is. And in the moment, I'm thinking, like, this is just annoying. Like, I want to be done with this. Let me get away from this person. And of course, sitting with it and circling back to it later after things have calmed down, I realize there's a lesson in it. And thinking, if that had been my state of mind when I was trying to solve my problems, I would probably have not solved the problem, because I would have just been stuck in that negative spiral of, what am I going to do? This is terrible. This is the worst thing. And oh my God, this is going to happen, and I'm going to be here, and I'm not going to have this. And instead, I slipped into that peaceful mindset, and that mindset of, it'll be fine. As I was scrolling on YouTube, I came across a video from after school. And this video was from 2-3 years ago, and I'd never seen it. But I sat and I watched it. I'm going to drop a link in the box down below for you to give it a listen or a watch. But it talked about the power of the mind, and how successful people are the ones who tap into the power of the mind, and they set a goal for themselves and they achieve that goal, versus the people, which is the majority of people, who follow along with what they're supposed to do and what everyone else is doing, and how that leads to the less positive outcome. And then it clicked into place. And that was the other missing piece of the puzzle for why I was seeing in real time the power of your attitude and your mind, and how it creates the life that you live. That person was setting themselves up to be in a bad spot, because they were thinking that they were going to be in a bad spot, and they weren't thinking about the possibility of things going well for them. All they were focused on was, this is going to be bad. And so that's exactly what kept happening. Things were going badly for them. Versus me unconsciously saying out loud, I'll be fine. I'm always fine. It's always okay. Like, I always figure it out. And literally the next day figuring it all out and not having to worry about anything. It made me think, what else could I do if I just believed that I could do it? And I'd had lots of synchronicities with The Alchemist popping up a lot, and quotes from The Alchemist popping up time and again. And the big one was, I'm gonna butcher it, but the entire universe conspires to help you when you decide what you want to do. And again, it all circles back to the power of the mind. So, I invite you for the rest of this video to join me in tapping into the power of your mind. Instead of what might go wrong, or what you don't have, or what might not work out, tell yourself that it will work out. Tell yourself that nothing's impossible. Instead of letting your mind spiral with the negative thoughts, spiral with positive thoughts. You will get there. You will have it. It will all work out. And challenge the universe to make it happen. You don't have to think about the specifics. Just put yourself in the space of it being done. You already have that thing. You already are the ideal version of yourself. You are exactly where you always wanted to be. And let the universe fill in the blanks for you. All you have to do is sit in the energy of already having it, already achieving it. As much as I love a quiet moment, I will slowly invite you to return to yourself, into the present, with all of your positive ideas and all of that powerful energy you've built up. And I will leave you with a much heartfelt thank you for sitting with me. I hope that you enjoyed that moment of positivity and that moment of choosing and imagining the best possible outcome for yourself. I hope that you will continue to be kind to yourselves and to one another. I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your week, and I will see you again on Sunday.